Hello. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about a thinking map. And the thinking map that we're going to do today is our double bubble thinking map. So let me get to the screen for the double bubble thinking map. Okay, here we go. So our double bubble thinking map, the thinking process that we're using here is comparing and contrasting. So as a 21st century learner, we use double bubble maps to identify similarities and differences. We could also use it to differentiate between characters or objects, or we could use it to analyze comparisons and contrasts. But for our double bubble All About Me project assignment today, we're going to use our double bubble map to identify similarities and differences. So you could ask questions such as, how are blank and blank alike? Or how are blank and blank different? In today's assignment, you're going to be comparing and contrasting people, yourself to someone else. So the frame of reference for a double bubble map, the first frame of reference that you could use, what do I know now after completing the double bubble map that clarifies my thinking about these two things or concepts? The one that we're going to use today for our assignment is, what conclusions can you draw from the double bubble map about these two things or concepts? And I'll say it now and I'll say it again. You're not actually drawing a picture. It's what conclusions can you come up with? Okay, so let's take a look at, this is where you're actually going to do your double bubble map. And let's read the directions. It says, click on the purple boxes and type in your answers. Number 1, type your name in the left center circle right here. This is where your name would go. And type a friend or relative in the right center circle in this area right here. It says, in the purple box, step 2, in the purple boxes that only touch your name, type things about you that apply only to you. So your name is on this side, and you would type in things that only apply to you in these boxes here. Okay, because these are the 3 boxes that touch your name. Number 3, in the purple boxes that only touch the other person's name, type things about them that only apply to them. So it would be these 3 boxes. Okay. Then step 4, the boxes in the middle, you would type things that the both of you, similarities that the both of you have in common. Okay. Now, let me just point out, and I'll show you a sample of one. Let me just point out, this is a sample of one. And here's our friend Ayako again. And these are 3 things that pertains to her. So one thing that applies to her is that her favorite drink is milk. She tries to resist napping. And last, she has a dog. Oops, I'm going to correct this right now. Okay. Now, on the right-hand side, here's Auntie San. Now, we're going to use the same ideas as Ayako when we want to see the similarities, when we want to see their differences. Okay? Sorry. This outer edge on the right and this outer edge on the left, we're identifying differences. Okay, so you remember double bubble, similarities and differences. So we started off with Ayako, and her favorite drink is milk. So we're going to look at Auntie San and how Auntie San is different in the type of drink that she likes, because Auntie San prefers Diet Coke. And let's do resist taking a nap. Here's another difference between Ayako and Auntie San. Ayako tries her best not to nap, whereas Auntie San is very different in that she loves to nap. Okay. Those are their differences. And last, Ayako. Ayako has a dog, and one dog. And Auntie San, the difference with Auntie San is that she has 3 dogs. Okay, so that's an example of the double bubble and their differences. Now, these 3 boxes in the middle, and you can see that they touch both, this line touches both Ayako and Auntie San. If it it's a connecting point, right? So these are the similarities. The similarities between Auntie San and Ayako. Well, after talking to Auntie San, Ayako found out that they both like music. The second thing that they both enjoy are kisses. And the third thing that they have in common is that Ayako has a loud voice and Auntie San has a loud voice. Okay, so those are this double bubble shows their differences on the outside and their similarities on the inside. Okay, now the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to come up with a frame of reference. Now, I want you to think of 3 conclusions, and let's look at the frame of reference question again. What conclusions can you draw from the double bubble map about these 2 concepts? Now remember, we're not drawing a picture, but we're trying to think of conclusions that we can come up with looking at Ayako and Auntie San. Now, we don't want to make it so obvious. I mean, and to say that, well, Auntie San likes to nap and Ayako doesn't like to nap. It's true, but that's probably not a good conclusion to come up with. Let's try to go and use our higher level thinking skills, and let's come up with 3 conclusions that we can based on the information that we got. So here's some examples, and I want you to come up with 3 as well, and you can number it like this. So one conclusion that I could draw from looking at this double bubble map here, one conclusion is that pets are important to both Auntie San and Ayako. You remember the map, they both had dogs. Ayako had 1 and Auntie San had 3. So from that, a conclusion I drew was that, well, pets are probably important in their life. The second conclusion I drew from their double bubble map was that they're probably affectionate since they both like kisses. And I'm sure it includes hugs as well. And the last conclusion that I drew was that I noticed that Ayako and Auntie San, they both enjoy music and they both have a loud voice. So the last conclusion I came up with was their home might be lively since they both have loud voices and enjoy music. So this concludes the video on double bubble thinking maps. And if you have questions, please visit your teacher at their office hour. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.